Hello my dear students, welcome to a new English lesson. Let's start our lesson for today with this question. What is the mistake in the following list? Please have a look. Be careful. Did you find the mistake? Well done. The mistake is not in the letters here. The mistake is in the repeated word the. It is repeated twice. Good for you. Well, my dear students, let's start our lesson for today, Thursday, 24th of September 2020. Our work will be in the roundup page, student book, page 18. These, of course, are just a sample of the keywords that we are going to use to complete the given sentences: concentrate, devices, give up, get along with. Now let's move to the first activity. Activity number 1A. Circle the correct options. Vocabulary, we said it is in the roundup page 18 in the student book. You can pause the video, take your answers, pick up the correct choices from 1 to 7, circle them or underline, then check your answers with me. You can do this all along the video. Every time, please, before just copying the answer from here, please put your guesses, read the sentence carefully, put your answers, then check with me. Okay, let's go back to our sentence. Number 1. Be quiet. I can't concentrate or argue. Well done, it is concentrate. Good. 2. I must practice or compete my kicks because I want to get my brown belt this year. So he needs to do what? Practice. Very good. 3. I love sports. I love sports, then, especially or in fact, football. Here we are giving a focus on a certain sample, which is very good. Football, yes, it is, especially. 4. Peter and I go or do surfing. You remember using the verbs like go, do, play. Be careful about the name of or the type of the activity here. Surfing. Well done, it is go surfing. 5. I'm very confident or proud. Let's read the rest of the sentence, which will help us. That I won the second place in the tournament. Yes, it is. Very good. I feel proud. Good for achieving this. Number 6. Our athlete or instructor told us all about the judo. What do you call the person who trains, gives practice, instructions, leads us? Yes, it is. Very good. Instructor. Number 7. I use electronic skills devices every day. You see this? Electronic. Can we say electronic skills or it is better to say electronic devices? Yes, it is. Very good. Now let's move to activity B. This is a very important activity as a matter of fact. Number B here, complete the sentence using prepositions. Complete with the correct preposition. You have to read the sentence carefully. Be careful about the words which will be helpful for you. Please pause the video as we said. Put your answers, then check with me. Okay. I don't have enough time for both taekwondo and tennis. So, both different kinds of sports. So, I have to give, yes, exactly, it is give up one of them, which means stop doing that or abandon. Very good. 2. I'm really interested astronomy, interested in, yes, it is. Very good. 3. Do you get with your brother? You remember? Get, the preposition here along. Very good. Get along with. 4. I would like to take a new hobby, which means start doing. Very good. It is take up. Nice. Well done. Let's move. Now let's have a quick revision for the present simple tense versus present progressive or continuous. First of all, let's just remember that we use simple present tense for general truths, for facts, for daily routines or general habits and traditions. Good. So one of the, of course, the keywords here is everyday, something that you usually do. Of course, this is not the only keyword that we usually use. with simple present, we have different adverbs of frequency and different adverbs that show it is a repeated activity, like usually, always, like sometimes, and so on. Now we use the verb one without adding us if the subject is I, we, they, you, and the plural subjects, of course. And in the other case, we use the s or the yes at the end of the verb if the subject is he, she, it, or a singular subject, like a name of a person or something like that, okay? And in cases of negatives, we use don't or doesn't to form negative sentences. Now, let's go to the present continuous or progressive. We use it for temporary situations, temporary actions, something which happens at the moment, right now, exactly happening, or in cases that we are doing arrangements or plans, personal arrangements or plans for the future. Forming the present progressive is very easy, like saying I am walking to school, he is walking to school, we are walking to school. So just you have to pick up one of three verb to be, am, is, are, according to the subject, of course. I am, he, she, it is, singular subject. They, we, you, are, plus the verb ing. Okay. Now let's move to activity C. Complete with the present simple or the present progressive of the verbs given in the brackets. Please pause the video, read the sentences carefully, be careful about the keywords which might be helpful while doing the activity, then check your answers with me. Okay, welcome back. 1. Kelly clean her room now. Excellent, it is cleaning, present progressive, of course. She wants to finish before lunchtime. Be careful about verbs like want, which are called stative verbs. In this case, we can't use them in progressive tense. We can't add the ing here or use them in continuous and progressive tenses. So we have to use them in simple present. Verbs like want, love, like, hate are not usually used with progressive tenses. So we use simple present instead in this case. She wants, very good, adding the s because the subject is she. 2. You and your sister often fight. Yes, it is, of course. This is a keyword for simple present. So do you, very good, and your sister often fight? B. Yes, she is very stubborn and bossy person. No, this is not good. She not change her mind easily. Now we are giving a description here for this person. Stubborn, bossy, she not change her mind. So we have to use the simple present. Very good. She doesn't change. Why doesn't not do? Because the subject is she. Good. And she, and we have here always tell. Exactly. She always tells. Very good, with the S. 3. My friends goes ice skating tomorrow. You remember when we said for personal arrangements and plans for the future? Tomorrow? Good. Yes, it is present progressive. Very good. My friends are going, but I not join them. Very good. I am not joining them. I'm not going with them. Very good. Finally here, I hate sports. Hate. You remember? Number 2 here, want. It's exactly the same case. It's not acceptable to add the ing here, so we can't use it in progressive present. So we have to use simple present instead. I hate, without adding anything. So let's move. Activity number D. Complete with the past simple of the verbs in the box. Before we go through these sentences, I just want to remind you that we use simple present to talk about situations, activities that started and ended at a certain moment in the past. We use verb to, the second form of the verb, of course. And remember that some verbs, which are regular verbs, let's say, in the past, are formed in the past by adding the ed at the end, the ed or the d, of course. But other verbs, which are called irregular verbs, are not of those group, so we can't add the ed at the end. We have to use the second form, like go, went, right? Okay. In cases of negatives, like here, not break or not exercise, we need to use the verb did. Okay. Please put your answers then check with me. Okay. Number one, Molly's upset because she, yes it is, lost her mobile phone. She's upset, she feels angry or bad about something, which is losing her mobile phone. This is of course in the past, giving a reason for something. She's upset. Why? Because what happened? She lost her mobile phone. Very good. Of course, this is an irregular verb. Two, in the past, my brother, nice, yes, did not exercise at all. Very good. He didn't exercise. Very good. His free time making model cars. So, very good. He spent his free time, which is the past tense of the verb spend here. Good. Three, your tablet yesterday. Yes, it is. I borrowed. I took it for usage or something like that, and I will give it back to you. Very good. I borrowed your tablet yesterday, but I didn't break it. Somebody else did. It's not my responsibility. So, okay. Now, in which sentence in activity D, this one that we have just finished from 1 to 3, can we use the expression or the phrase used to this verb? Rewrite it in the case that you think it is possible to use it using used to. Okay, now let's just have a short review for using this. We use this verb or expression to talk about things that we did in the past repeatedly or regularly or more than one time, then we stopped doing that at present. So it is for something that happened repeatedly in the past but no longer happens. Used to plus verb 1. Example, let's give an example for this to clarify the idea. For example, when I was a young boy, I used to play football every day, but nowadays I don't do it anymore. I stopped doing that. Okay, now in which of the three sentences do you think it's possible to use it? You need to remember that it is something which is repeated in the past, but now the situation is changed. Yes, it is. Very good. Sentence number 2. In the past, my brother didn't use to exercise at all. So what happened? Something changed. At that time, he didn't exercise. In the past, he used to spend his free time making model cars. Well done. Excellent. Let's move. Now let's revise some ideas about comparison. First of all, you remember that we discussed two structures for two different kinds of comparison. Situation number 1 here, when we have an equal comparison, comparing two people, two things, which are almost with the same or sharing the same adjective. Example, Joe is as strong as James. Remember this, as. Use the adjective between as and as without adding anything. Good. So John is as strong as James. If, for example, two students are the same tall, we say Ali is as tall as Khalid. Okay. Now the second form here is the comparative degree. Let's take this example using the adjectives fast and beautiful. If we want to compare here between the dog and the horse, a horse can run faster than a dog, So in this case, we are not talking about equal comparison. The horse is having more or much more of this adjective than the other, let's say, party, which is the dog in this case. Okay, now what happened? We added the ER to the end of the adjective fast, so it became faster. And be careful that there is the word than to show the other party. Okay, now this is in, let's say, short adjectives. Now what about long adjectives like beautiful? Can we add the ER to the end of the adjective beautiful? Can we say beautiful? So it's not correct. Very good. Yes, we have to use another word. In this case, the horse is more beautiful than the dog. More beautiful. Well done. Very good. Let's move. Well, now let's move to the third structure of comparison using the superlative degree. Here we have three adjectives: large, tall, beautiful. Let's see this. We are not here comparing just one animal to another one. We are comparing one to the rest of the group, or to all the kind, or to the rest of the let's say group in the sentence. Let's take this example first. The elephant is the largest of all land animals. In this case, we are not comparing the elephant to the dog, for example, only, or the horse. No, we are comparing it to all the land animals. In this case, you have to use the article the before the adjective, and we need to add the suffix at the end of the adjective, the est or st in this case, because it ends with the e. The elephant is the largest of all land animals with the est. Okay, this is for the short adjective. Let's take another example. The giraffe is the tallest of all the animals. Here, of course, in our pictures. Now, using the, of course, because we are not comparing one to one. No, it's one to group or to the rest of the group. Then adding the est to the end of the short adjective, tallest. What about this example? The horse is the most beautiful animal. You remember what we said previously about long adjectives. Long adjectives like beautiful, like interesting, and so on, expensive. We can't, in this case, add the er or the est, so we have to use a different way. In this case, we are using the word most. So we can say the most or the least, according to the meaning that we want our sentence to be in. Now, the horse is the most beautiful animal. Remember to use the article. It's very important to use it before using the adjective with most or the est. Okay, now please, dear students, keep in mind using the est with the article the in the superlative structure of comparison. Now let's move. Now in activity F here, complete with the correct form of the words in brackets. Please, as we said, pause the video, read the sentences carefully, be careful about the given clues here. Put your answers, then check with me. Okay, let's start with number one. I think learning Chinese is as equal comparison, right? Excellent. As difficult as. 2. Ken's English is not very good, so I try to speak, and we have here than I usually do when we are together. Brilliant. This is comparative. More slowly. Good. 3. Ted is the outgoing student in the class. Yes, it is the superlative. Very good. Using the here. We are comparing Ted to the rest of the group, to the rest of the class. Is the most outgoing student in the class. Very good. He has got so many friends. Nice. 4. May doesn't draw as well as me. Yes, it is. Very good. Equal comparison. As. Very good. As well as. 5. Tennis is, and we have the word little, fun than. Brilliant. Comparative. It is less fun than hockey. Well done. Okay, my dear students, now we reached the end of our lesson for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Please don't forget to do your homework. Of course, you can go to the workbook and do the roundup activities. If you need any help, just call me or contact using the Teams. Thanks a lot. See you. Goodbye.